and grow and grow. And why is that? Because we've been taxed enough already.
Yeah!
Why are we here again? We're in the constant campaign mode. It's a do-over. Well, I'm telling you, the reforms are working. We got an awesome governor, right? We have an awesome lieutenant governor, right? And our legislature is working to move Wisconsin forward, not backward, the way my opponent wants to go, but forward with 23,000 jobs last year, and that's been proven by the correct numbers now, hasn't it? Okay, so let's look at the real numbers, and let's look at what's happening. 150,000 jobs lost under my predecessor's watch the 3 years previous, John Lehman. Well, he was the architect of that joint finance budget, and he worked with my buddy Jim Doyle. Ah, there we go. That one hit a nerve. Well, we don't want that back, do we? No! We're going to move Wisconsin in what direction? Forward! Forward, you're right. Well, I'm here to tell you about just a couple of things that are happening. A couple of things that are happening around the district. We've been knocking on doors. We've done about 25,000 doors now in the district. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and helping to do that. We've also done about 250,000 voter contacts to the Victory Center, which is at 6211 Durand Avenue. Remember that address, because we need your help. We need to get this message out. Now, one thing that generally happens is when you come to an event like this and you're there to support us, I figure we're building relationships, right? Yeah. Okay, so everybody's going to have their last name hyphenated now, and it's going to be Smith Wanggaard. And I expect my whole family to come out and help get the job done. Got it. We're going to continue to knock on doors. We're going to continue to get on our text messages, on our phones, with our social media. We're going to text our friends to make sure they get out to vote on Tuesday. And we're going to make sure that people that haven't voted before and actually have a photo ID are going to show up to vote. Now, I just happen to mention photo ID for a purpose here. My opponent, John Lehman, is totally adamant that he does not want photo ID. He does not want photo ID. He does not support it. He's not interested in that. We do want photo ID, don't we? Yeah! We're going to have photo ID. The legislature, when we put this together, mirrored this after Indiana's law, which has already passed the U.S. Supreme Court test, so it's coming. I'm just not sure exactly when that's going to be. So be faithful. Show up at the polls. Make sure you bring people with you. Bring your photo ID. Bring your photo ID, but get those people out to vote. Now, what did we do? Over the last 18 months, we fought hard to keep taxes down, to eliminate the $3.6 billion budget deficit that was facing us. And you know what? We did that without raising taxes. For the first time in over a decade, we have a property tax freeze in place to help protect the property taxpayer for a change. My opponent, in the 3 years prior, raised taxes and fees by $5 billion, that's with a B, billion dollars. That is just not acceptable when you raise taxes $5 billion and create a deficit of $3.5 billion. And you do that by stealing money from segregated funds. The transportation fund, the patient compensation fund, not paying your debts and responsibility. That is not acceptable. Are we going to stand for that? No! Are we going to go to the polls on Tuesday and send a message that we're tired of being taxed? Yeah! Are we going to bring everybody we know that is of voting age and legally a resident to the polls? Yeah! All right, now that I got you saying yes to those things, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. We want to see budgets that are balanced, right? Yeah! We want to continue to have a governor that does what he says he's going to do, right? Yeah! And we want to make sure that we're going to have individuals that represent us that have the courage to say, hey, this is enough, we're doing this because it's the right thing to do. Courage has to be one of the first words in the dictionary for a legislator. Am I correct? Yes! Well, I'm going to tell you, we have a couple of individuals, but one individual here that I just want to mention real quick, and that is my colleague, Senator Alberta Darling. I'm going to tell you, there were some days that this senator and other senators in my caucus went out down the halls with people screaming at us and wanting to kill us and just threatening us, and for over 3.5 weeks we were under siege. But did we leave? No! We stayed and did our job. Didn't we? Well, my predecessor, John Lehman, at the debate said that he would have left too. That's what he would have done. Do we want somebody that's not going to follow their oath? No. We want people that are going to be courageous and that are going to do what they say they're going to do. So I would just like to say thank you to all my colleagues. Mary Lozic was here earlier. She had to go to a family event, but thank you to her. And also there's another lady out in the crowd out here. I haven't seen her yet, but the former senator from this district and our DNR champion is out here, Kathy Stepp. Where are you, Kathy? Where's Kathy? Here she comes. Kathy Stepp. Now there's another senator. And there's another person that stepped up and is making the courageous choices. We need to have your help. We can't do this by just coming to this event. It cannot be accomplished. I cannot do it by myself. My other colleagues cannot do it by themselves. We have to have your help. You are the fabric of what we're trying to do here. We are trying to create an environment that job creators are going to want to come here and stay here. I'm telling you, Monday morning, there's going to be an announcement in Caledonia about jobs being created. It's going to be a rather nice size increase in the workforce in Caledonia. And this isn't something that just happened for this election. This has been something that's been being worked on for months and months and months by the new Wisconsin Economic Development Corp, by our Lieutenant Governor, by our Racine County Economic Development Corp, by our county executive, and by the different village leaders and town leaders and city leaders that we have in this district. We can work together, but we have to pull the wagon in the same direction. We have to be positive about what we're doing. So when somebody tells you that we lost 33,000 jobs last year in 2011, like Mayor Barrett says, he's going to stick to those numbers, even though the facts have shown we gained 23,608 in 2011. We don't want that type of person representing us. We want Governor Walker to be reelected so that we can continue the job that we started for you. So remember, this whole week through Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, we have to keep vigilant. You got to get on the phones. You got to talk to people. We got to keep that sense of urgency. We have to continue to make people realize this isn't about my freedom. This is about my future grandchildren's freedom. It's about your child's freedom that has a credit card already with interest accruing on it and they haven't even spent $1. Is that acceptable? No! All right, let's make a difference. Let's take it and really show them that we are the winning team, that we are going to make a difference, and we're going to win this. Why? Because we have a superior attitude, and because we're positive, and because we have the facts on our side, and my goodness, we have a plan, and it's working.